Howdy and welcome to Sunburnt Gaming. We're continuing on with our Mage the Awakening game. Experience has separated their ghost from their living corporeal body and has entered the underworld. All the while, the rest of the Cabal is trying to figure out, okay, we need to get in there. Can't wait much longer. So we're going to have to start acting now. But the living experience has been healed, and he wants to go off to a fighting ring to try and create a temporary soul for himself by using the magic soul knife to get soul splinters.
Seems good.
So, just as a question, so you remember that to get the soul, you have to stab yourself with the knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm chilling now. I'm just in pain. I'm not injured.
So that is going to take a while to get through a few fights, especially since, from what I can you have to wait for a few fights to go through. I imagine you're not really going to be participating in the fights themselves because you're not much of a brawler.
I could I could get my boys around, my tough swans, and then be like, all right, we're testing your metal. Everyone pull out your razors.
I don't think that's the sort of duels that are meant to be happening at this establishment.
Does it not count for soulage?
Oh, it's more that people are like, wait, what? Like the people around are like, wait, are they killing each other?
No, we won't kill each other. It's just
it has to be various odds. Like the goal is for betting, legal gambling.
My thing is more like, if you get stabbed with a knife, you're probably You're gonna start bleeding out and dying, which makes it hard to do. Like a lot of people aren't gonna opt into being stabbed.
Fine. We won't stab each other yet. That'll be round 2. That'll be the next bracket up. Loser's bracket transitions to knives.
I don't want to live in a city where gambling knife fights happen. This happens.
You're boring.
What if it was gambling sword fights?
Maybe a duel with first blood loses, wins. However the term goes. Whoever bleeds first loses.
Okay, so you got your toughs around, and they're going to just be starting to you're training them through this grueling getting them to fight each other.
Exactly right.
And then over the course of that, their souls will get sliced by the dagger, and it'll take some time before the dagger is full. So I think while we wait for that, we'll transition over to the rest of the Cabal. Okay, so Experience has gone off on their own twice at the same time. What are the rest of you guys doing?
We go into the Sears.
I believe, yeah, it's either we try to negotiate with the Sears and bring us to contact with King again. I was trying to seek more signs to sort of create a key or find a key itself, but I think
Do you know how to
negotiating
do
directly.
that?
I was going to use a code and I was trying to look for occult signs, so this might be just a this might just be running
You've got
in
your
circles.
legacy power. You've got that legacy power that lets you do that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, as a reminder, as an action, an Auroran may examine their surroundings for omens. They receive a clear omen that suggests a course of action that will lead her closer to her goal. This seldom guarantees immediate success, especially if the task before her is complicated, but can provide an important breakthrough. You also have the option of staring into fire for a scene. to get the informed condition.
So I'll probably be hanging around like Central Station. Go to Central Station, look into my candle for a while, and like gain the signs, follow the signs that way.
Okay.
If we're close to the scene, it would hopefully like guide me towards it. Like it'll
Well,
be
that
much
sounds
closer.
Bit dangerous, so I guess we have to go with you.
So you get the informed condition as part
Yep.
of this. Here, I'm just posting in the chat what that means. The core idea is that you can resolve it to improve a failure into a success, like you can, or a success into an exceptional. So you can sort of upgrade your result by one step. But it has to be related to this sort of topic, relating to trying to learn more, or trying to engage with getting into the underworld. Or the underworld itself, I guess. But yeah, so I'll just give you that condition in the roll 20. Okay, so the sign you get is, I think you'll see, flickering in the flames, the visage of an older person, and the sort of clue is that it is, you should look to the history, the past. What was the cemetery specifically? What was this cemetery? And that will be a clue to the key.
Oh, well, I'm sure there'll be a library around.
We may need like a mage library.
Yeah. Does any of us have academics?
Nope.
Gonna have to guess this on our own.
What now?
or time mages. Can look to the past.
I'm a time mage.
Can you see what the cemetery was?
I suppose so. I mean, I can see the past. I've done it before.
Yeah.
So I should be able to see some part of its history, but like, do you have anything more specific? Because I feel like, history's pretty long.
How far can you go?
An
It's
excellent question, but
it's based on the how much something has changed. The more something has changed, the harder it is. So
Oh,
I
this
feel
could
like it's
be.
changed a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have to be hard anyway because it's not a graveyard anymore. But anyway, like, if I'm able to get past that, like, if it's been a graveyard
What?
since that,
How much detail did I get on the older person?
the other person?
The older person.
No, that they were just that wasn't like an actual person. It was just
Oh,
like
Oh, I
that,
meant, like-
that was your omen.
right.
so should I just try and look back a while? It's a bit vague, but I can try it.
Let's say 100 years.
Just to be clear,
Okay.
so are you going into the place, or what are you?
I'm
No,
not
no.
sure yet.
No, just looking into it, if you can.
I mean, I think I have to be nearby
you
it, right? Would have thought so.
Well, we know where the
Not
cemetery is,
like
at
I
least.
can do space magic, something like that.
Unless I can, like, look around the place, but that'll just be a...
I mean,
it's
it
kinda
is
like-
Central Station, right?
It is.
So, in theory, we won't get attacked from catching the train.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's Central, right? So people
Yeah.
catch the train.
Yes.
So we could just go in. It's a public place. As
Yeah.
long as the seers don't, like, realize we're mages and kill us or whatever.
Oh, this is looking for the key.
I know, but is it near Central or is it somewhere else?
This is central.
Exactly.
The cemetery is gone now. It's
Yeah.
only central.
So what I'm saying is that, like, it's probably not hard to access the area. It's going to be hard to cast magic in the area.
Did you say it's not hard to cast magic on you, or it is hard?
It probably is hard,
Oh,
considering
right.
that, there's seers around and people around.
Well, the people we can find, like, hidden spots, I'm sure, but, But the seers are probably gonna
bathroom.
probably just just find a bathroom. And hopefully no one's noticing weird words.
I mean, I suppose we can try that if you want.
As
But,
a reminder on how to do post cognition, you'll need to do one spell to take the temporal sympathy of a place.
Yep.
Unless you've got temporal sympathy to that place's past already. Like if you have, if any of you have been to the cemetery.
anyone been there? Okay.
Then you'll need to take sympathetic connection from the place itself as one spell. And then you'll need to have some sort of yantra to reflect the previous place.
Well, would some form of... I don't know if we have any dead people body parts, actually.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to brag.
Grave dirt?
Should...
Should I be able to get that somewhere, right?
Grave dirt from this cemetery?
Nah, that's true. I don't see how we could do that. Did they move it anywhere?
The dirt?
Yeah,
Hmm,
no,
Probably.
Where
It's
did
probably
it go?
gone somewhere else now.
That's too
Somewhere
generous.
we don't know.
I mean, was anything that's still here, in the area, still around? I guess technically the gate to the underworld.
Yeah. That's
Could I use that? That sounds difficult, though.
potentially.
That's the only idea I've got, guys.
That'd be a strong reflection of the time that it was a graveyard, certainly. If you take the sympathetic connection from that, even, it might be unchanged. And be a far easier spell to cast.
Well, we can try that. What do you guys think? I don't know if it's gonna work, and also we'd be casting spells in someone else's territory, so could be dangerous.
I'm just wondering about the risk of that. Then, the seers, I'm not sure would be forgiving if they find out.
They're not gonna be forgiving. They'll probably attack us, but
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, we're gonna have to deal with them somehow. They're not just gonna let us through. And I don't feel like we should make a deal with these guys then. They're not exactly good
just
people.
ask. There's no harm in just asking.
Well, then they know we're gonna try and go through, and we're probably
they're gonna
not
prep.
gonna like whatever price they put on top of it.
Just become a ghost. It was easy that way.
Not doing that.
If we get killed by the
We
seers...
can try talking to them, but it kind of reveals our hand too much,
Okay, let's... I mean, if we talk to them, we're probably gonna have to deal with them afterwards anyway, so I was thinking just go ahead with this and hope they don't find out.
Are we able to sneaking through?
We can't go through the gate to the underworld.
Yeah, but can we sneak up to the gate?
Well, we don't really know where it is. Somewhere in there, right? I guess we can use Mage Sight. We should be able to see with Mage Sight, right? If someone has death... I don't know.
I have death.
Okay.
You may need to use some sort of death spell to allow Snake Eyes to see it as well if they want to use it as a yantra. Otherwise, they'll just have to sort of focus on where they think it is strongly.
So if you cast that death spell on me, then I can go do it, but would I have to be near the gate, right?
Well, you'd have to be... If you want to do a spell, you normally need to be able to either touch it or sense it
I don't
as
really
generally.
want to touch it, but yes. Okay.
Or you can do... So that would either require having a spell on that makes ghost objects solid to you. Having a spell on that allows you to see into the ghostly twilight. Or you can cast an area spell. And just try to get it in the area.
Well, I think it helps if I can see it. But yeah, it probably means it has to be more out in the open, right? Well, we actually don't know where
you'll
it
need
is.
if you're going off sensory range, then you just need to be able to see it. So.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just go get the lay of the land, and maybe you could give me the ability to see it. We can go from there. What do you think?
Okay, but if we're gonna, I prefer talking before fighting.
Okay. If they approach us, we can always talk with them. Unless they attack us without talking. And then I'm going to run probably, but
Okay.
I might advise it.
So, is this a spell of can see the dead, or what sort of spell are you casting?
I was looking at the. It's probably just gonna be a knowing, right?
If
Our
it
phone call.
Shall we transition back to experience?
Yeah.
no, I prefer like we don't want to lose the momentum immediately after you guys come up with an actual plan and start to do things.
Just think of something, guys. Just figure something out.
Oh god.
They're doing a thing.
We have an idea. Maybe not a great idea, but it's an idea.
It's the. I will say for reference, it's an unveiling spell to let people see ghostly stuff and be able to communicate with ghosts.
Yep. Sorry, I'm back. So probably a knowing spell.
A knowing spell of what?
Or
Like what is the intent of the spell?
I guess is if do we know if the gate's open or not?
The gate is you know that the gate is normally closed unless there's like a lot of death near it or a ghost that lacks an anchor. Or if someone does the key for it, which has something to do with the history of the place.
I was hoping to like just see ghosts and then we can like follow the ghost, but I'm not sure that'll work anymore.
So we can still do a spell of like, yeah, but like as long as Snake Eyes can see the gate, they'll be able to look at the history of the place.
Okay. I'll let you see ghost stuff so then you can see the gate, please. If we find the gate,
Are you going to be using a yantra?
probably just high speed.
Okay. It has a primary factor of duration, so it'll last 3 turns by default. So you may want to advanced duration that. Are you casting this instant, or are you spending like an hour?
I'm going to cast instead. I don't think I can do.
Okay. Then finally, how many people are you affecting with this? Is it just going to be Snake Eyes? Is it going to be all 3 of you, or?
I guess it'll be better if it's all 3 of us. So I'm going to check.
You should be able to do advanced scale without overreaching because you've got 3 safe reach on this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's Gnosis Death +2. Okay, so you got 5 successes, Matt. So you regain a willpower,
Yay.
and you get a choice of a additional benefit. You can extend the duration so that it goes for months.
You want to see ghosts for months?
I don't think so.
Why not?
You could also get a condition that will give arcane beats when resolved either on the mage or her subject. Regain 1 mana. Which of those would you like?
I guess the condition.
Okay, would you like it on you or one of the other subjects?
The gate one, gate looking one.
Pardon?
Snake Eyes. You're looking for the gate.
Yes.
You'll
That's
get
the plan.
you'll get the condition.
Okay.
So you get the. I'm going to say you get a condition of. Part of the intent here is to see the past and you're seeing the dead and things like that. So I'm thinking we lean into that and have it be like some sort of deathly time thing where you can unfortunately see a sort of ticking clock of like, okay, how close people are to doom.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh no. Okay.
You can see how close it is to their history ending and they becoming a ghost. See the hourglass.
I checked myself.
So I'd say when you look at yourself in the hourglass, you can see that yours is about halfway.
How old am I? Oh no. That's okay.
There's like a level of risk, but it's not soon to die from what you can see in your current fate.
That's good.
I will say that of the people around you, the cabal itself, I'd say John Dow seems to have the least amount of sand in his glass.
No.
If experience was here, I'm sure it would be lower.
I'm sure I got plenty.
There's passerbys with like very little sand left,
Ooh.
even if they're not like old. So it
That's
doesn't seem to be
bad
just a measure of old age. But some people are like decently, like considerably older than you, like in their 50s and 60s, that may have still a decent supply of sand. So it does seem to not just be a measure of age.
Hey.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
You can expend this condition by grabbing a hourglass and turning it over.
Huh.
What would that do?
It'll change. It will reverse their potential, how close they are going to be doomed to die.
Interesting.
So John Dow would shift from being the lowest to maybe the highest in the group, for example. Or you could do it on a random passerby, or you could keep it in your pocket. But as long as you keep it in your pocket, you're still seeing this situation.
I'll keep it for a bit. See where it comes up. Gotta check my girlfriend as well.
Yeah, that was my first thought of like, I'm as a GM, like I'm morally obligated to give them like a staggeringly low amount left for unclear reasons. That is my current plan. I'll just like openly say that. 'Cause that sounds like something Daddy would be interested in. That's your current situation. You guys can now see the dead.
Are there a lot of...
Yeah, so there are like ones coming in on the trams. They're the first ones you see. They and there seems to be a decent amount like staying around the entrance to the place. When you look in deeper, there are definitely throughout the concourse a lot of ghosts. You can't really see too much further because without going inside, but
Do they look kind of like normal people? Or like they look dead? Like how does it look?
so most of them look like normal people, but a decent, like a considerable number, I'd say maybe a third, show some signs. Like they might have previous injury, some might be on fire, many appear sick.
Do we know what happened to experience this one? Or otherwise I might be looking around to try and find experience, you know?
You're not aware of exactly what happened to experience, no.
And
You
I'm
just
looking
know
around
that at some stage on the drive up, and when they were getting healed, that somehow it went from one steel iron cable connecting the soul to suddenly it fraying and going in many different directions.
He could be anywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Out of character, it's because there's multiple ways to get into the underworld. There's not just one connection now. It just has to be sort of, okay, whatever I can get through the tiny little cracks.
Didn't even have to use the gate.
Well, he did use the gate.
Well, we don't know what happened, but yeah. As players, we know what happened. Yeah, so I might just be looking around to see if I can see experience among these dead people as we walk by, you know.
You can't see them on the outside, at least. I will say that some ghosts appear to be more vigilant than others and appear to be actively standing in like patrolling positions, you know, looking out.
Do they look concerned about us or like more other undead guys?
So they're taking a notice of the people primarily. and trying to look at anyone who looks suspicious. Can you guys also give me perception rolls? So that's wits composure, I believe.
2.
Okay.
Also one.
Okay. You guys do notice that there appears to be a fine layer of sand over a lot of the concourse. It's not like a whole blanketing layer, but it's present enough that any steps you take will be probably disturbing the sand.
Of course, it's rough. It's everywhere.
This is.
Does it look like normal sand?
Yes, primarily. Maybe it's like a bit. It's not like yellow. It's not that white yellow. It's more a pale yellow. But otherwise, like it physically looks like normal sand. I'll say your mage sight can tell that it isn't normal sand, though.
As we kick up the sand, does anyone look in our direction? Or disturb it? Because if it does, then I feel like we're doing something bad just by walking.
So, once you step into it,
Yep.
the sand doesn't seem to be reacting much to the living,
Okay.
except for you guys, and it reacts to the ghosts. So
Oh,
they
okay.
so then ghosts just saw, hey, wait, that the sand just moved in relation to these three. Or maybe they only see one of you do it, but they just saw like, oh, the sand actually got moved by these people.
Dude.
Are they coming over? Or are they just watching?
They're currently watching, but they've definitely noticed you, you would say.
We're being watched. If I end up making eye contact, I'm just gonna wave and then pass by.
Okay, as soon as if you're gonna like make eye contact and wave at them,
Yeah.
Hello.
they are going to be like their eyes open wide, and like okay. Just to be clear, Matt, when Jandale casts a spell, was it just sight, or do you get sound as well?
Sight, sound, smell.
Okay. So then you would
I
hear
think
them.
Smell. Like, okay, anyway.
Yeah, it's probably not a pleasant smell.
Flowers. There are a lot of deathly flowers.
That is true.
I was hoping I could like scout out where the gate is at.
So you guys are still just getting through the entrance, but that it unironically you would actually find later on that you may have to be more accurate than you expect. So you give them a little wave, and their eyes go wide.
I'm just
They
there in
look
the
to each
background,
other,
face palming. Oh.
and one of them goes to run off down to like the central area of the concourse, where there's a small little building hut. Presumably that is where their boss is, whether that boss is a fellow ghost or whether it is a seer, you don't know. But that person ran off, and the one who ends up staying, they're gonna go, you better stop right there. And with that, I think we'll end this scene and shift over to experience.
Hello.
Your boys are punching each other in the face, in the guts.
Cool.
Over the course of that, their souls are getting attacked a bit, but it's for a cause.
The cause is myself. The most noble of causes.
After an hour or two, it is sufficient.
Sweet.
So do you descend into the underground chamber? And
I want my temp soul straight away. So yeah.
okay.
Good work, guys. Go downstairs. Why did we do this? Shut up.
What a good rapport you have with your with your minions.
They're just that. They're minions.
The knife sits there on the pedestal.
I eye it over. How pretty. Dab.
Okay, as it plunges into you, feel your second breath, a long, slow breath, and as that happens, the knife sinks in, and you feel ensouled. You no longer feel like this gnawing emptiness.
Nice. Alright, I'm sold up. I'm ready to go. Where were the rest of them? They said they went... They said they were going into the underworld. We all talked about Central. Maybe I'll hop on the nearest train or something like that. Reinvigorated. And ready to double the amount of souls I currently have.
I was gonna ask, can you have more than one soul?
Certain characters can.
And I will become one of them.
Normally, you only have enough room for one, but it's possible through certain magics to have more. It's also possible to do things like how vampires... The books actually mention that if you get a mage, you get you shove the soul of one vampire into the soul of another. One will eat the other.
Oh. Which one?
Alpha one, right?
I don't remember the precise details off the top of my head, unfortunately. But I assume that it's like whichever one has better blood potency. But it may just be whoever's the body is.
Makes sense.
Like the soul of the vampire, or of the main vampire, just eats the new soul. Would be my guess.
Delicious soul.
Go about old world doctor, it's possible like the person who failed the laboratory and the person they're trying to laborize eats their soul.
Oh, okay. And in Requiem, you can get they sort of stay there, and they like end up being these toxic whispers, forever trying to like fuck you over, and like make you feel awful and guilty for what you've done to them. Okay, so now that you have a soul, that it feels a bit, you feel whole again. Still feels different in a way that you can't verbalize. Especially given your intelligence score. Like, you're not sure on the words. You don't have the vocabulary to describe your experience. It's a very subtle thing. It's noticeable, but you're not quite sure how to verbalize it.
I just feel off.
Yes.
That's alright. I always feel off. Or I never feel off. No in between.
Always on or always off.
Yeah.
You can't decide.
Okay, and with that, we'll return to the rest of the Cabal in their sticky situation.
Let's go. Guys.
What is my hourglass?
I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, who do you speak for?
Are you asking the ghost?
Yeah.
Kill! Kill!
Spears told us to be on watch for weirdos like you.
Like Sears?
You're a weirdo.
Oh.
The most people don't disturb the sands, but you lot, you're suspicious. Boss will come over
Yeah,
shortly.
I guess we'll talk with the spheres and see if we can make an agreement.
While you're doing this, passers-by in the mortal living world are looking at you with confusion, and you seem insane.
Oh, there's three of us here. We'll just be talking to each other, just not looking at each other.
Yeah, but like
Judgmental assholes.
Who are
you're just
you?
walking by
Speed?
and like did you ever get that situation when you're walking around in the city and people have those they're just ear buds
Oh, yeah.
and they're just
Okay.
walking around talking to themselves? It's like that.
Okay.
But they do look crazy for a second, and then like after a bit you can justify it, go, oh, they're wearing like gear thing.
Yeah.
But you still have that moment of, okay, is this a crazy person on the train type vibe?
We're not on a train yet.
No, but that's the vibe. Like, I feel like I've seen it more on trains than off trains.
It depends if they're like hand knifing or not. The one of the people who talk with their hands, but they're on the phone, so it's like just a habit.
I do suppose even on this call, I am moving my hands.
Uh,
Well, hand, because one of my hands is holding a mic. Just start flinging it my microphone around.
Catching the wind on the feedback.
Let's throw it across the room.
I don't think it picks up much wind. Like, did anything come up just then?
No.
Then it's fine.
Shake it really aggressively.
I'm sure that won't damage any of the mechanisms.
You already don't like it that much, right?
I mean, I'd prefer it than having to buy a whole nother one. It's just like $200.
Just. Okay. Well, I guess we just wait till the guy comes out.
Okay.
Let's not run. Let's just
Not yet.
stay calm.
Okay. So, the person who ends up coming out.
Oh, before they come out, I just want to whisper, next time, if this ever happens again, if we get like some mage side, that means we can see things other people can't. Don't interact and give it away,
Yeah,
Case
it
this comes
seemed
up.
like they already knew.
You tip the hand a bit. We just need to work on like our poker game. Maybe we'll have some games afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so two people end up coming out. One, he looks like a very brick-jawed cop with cruel eyes, like sort of like he's a very tall man, very very rugged. What you would expect of like, okay, he's got some strong physicality about him, but he gives the vibe of a cop who leans into some of the worst associations you might have about cops. Presumably, he's the cop on duty for this area. You don't know that necessarily whether or not he's a seer or not by looking at him. He could just be a sleeper police person. With him appears to be a woman in her mid-30s who is dressed sort of like a hiker, I guess. Not dirty or anything currently, but just like she's wearing clothes that would be useful for traveling in the bush. She's got a big backpack. Like attached to that backpack, you might, those big ones where they might have a light attached to it, like hanging off it and things like that. Though instead of a light, you do notice it's a broken hourglass. It would be safe to assume this is one of the seers. Just because most people aren't going around with broken hourglasses.
Okay.
Once up to you, she is... Oh, also, just as a reminder, the cop, it's like it's like a 1920s Sydney cop, so he's got like the little hat and everything, the little helmet.
We'll look that up.
Everyone watching photo for reference right now. During this whole conversation, second tab, open it up, have the image just stare at you through the whole time.
Oh, God.
The woman, she is going to say, I'd like to take this this conversation a bit indoors, a bit more private. That fine with you all?
In polite company, of course.
Course.
You'll never take me alive. No,
Are you there?
no, but that's
Okay.
what one of you should say.
I hear it.
I don't
I
think-
hear it. It's a faint thought.
I will say that you can see the baton of the cop, his cudgel, does set off people's peripheral sight. And they say they sort of direct you to come into what looks to be a storage area. The woman goes first, and she's smiling sort of like it's not a strong smile, it's a sort of very fake polite smile. While the cop does not fake any sort of kindness. And he's just sort of his facial expression gives off a if you don't come with us to talk about this in quiet, we're gonna hit you with I'm gonna hit you with this soon.
Okay, fine.
The storage area seems to primarily be various storage lockers, along with some wooden crates. It seems like it's regularly emptied and opened up and has new stuff brought in and taken out, so it seems to be in a high use area, but there's no one in here right now. There is one ghost in the room. He doesn't seem to be paying attention with you, though. He seems to be... It looks like he's mimicking the actions of reading the paper. Just sitting there. Just reading. Sitting on a stool. The woman sort of drops the fake smile. Why are you here?
Use the gate.
Oh, okay, I thought we were gonna go like, oh yeah, gonna catch some trains, but no, that works fine.
I advise against that.
Is there a reason?
It's a dangerous place down there. And dangerous things have been coming out. You know, it's a very dangerous time nowadays, and we need to make sure that your lot aren't risking things for everyone else. So, you know, best you just stay up here.
What possible risk could we do to the underworld?
Oh, it's not risk you could do the underworld, it's the risk the underworld does to us up here.
What sort of things have been coming out? We haven't really heard about anything.
So ignorant, you diamond mages. Just come over here. Just want to go into the underworld. Don't actually look into anything. Don't properly. And it's like, and then while she starts this sort of annoyed ramble, she is interrupted by the cop, who says, "It doesn't matter why. If they want to go through, they're not allowed. This is ours. We have instructions. We're going to follow them. What the pyramid wants, this is what the pyramid gets."
Is there any agreement that would come to, or is this just set in stone?
I think the cop is going to go, yeah, if you can make it worth our while, rules can be broken. But unless it's worth our while, I ain't going to break any of my rules.
Kill them.
I mean, curious, can you yourselves go through the gate?
The woman, she laughs and it's like, of course. Do you not? You planned to come here and you didn't even know how to open the door?
We were actually on a fact-finding mission for that very reason, if you must know.
So you're not gonna really stop us. We don't even know how to get through the gate. We're just here to, have a little visit. This is a lie.
Also, like, they gonna believe that or do they even care? Like,
I don't
anyway.
think they even care. They're not gonna let us in.
This woman, her view is that if you guys are just going down there and not coming back up, then I couldn't give a damn. You can go down there. But we can't have you just opening the doors and closing them and letting who knows what out.
Okay, I'm back.
You were gone?
I was getting food.
You didn't say that.
It's alright.
What was the last thing you heard?
There was agreement part.
Yeah, I suppose it hasn't moved too much more from that. Okay, so the woman is going to say that if you just go down there and don't come back out, that's fine. But we can't have you messing around, doing your diamond playing around, trying to alter how things should be, meddling with things you don't understand.
I don't think I should try to lie because I don't have any subterfuge.
What would you lie about anyway?
Um.
Oh no, we're gonna stay down there? Like they're gonna believe that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you make it elaborate enough.
So if we just open and close it, can we? Are we able to? Do we know we can open it from the inside?
I don't. Probably
I mean,
not.
we're on a fact-finding mission. We don't know anything.
I don't want. I don't like to see us being right. You know.
Well, I don't know what we would have to offer you, so
I mean, get something from the underworld if you need it.
they just said they go there all the
But,
time.
Huh?
Like they can go there, come back.
An extra bit of help for them would be good, right?
I think the cop is going to have a moment of recognition. Sort of, you can see that there's a flash of, wait a second, I recognize these people.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
The cop goes, wait a second, are you those gangsters?
We are the Razor Gang.
Do I know this cop?
No, as far as I'm aware, you haven't directly interacted with them, but you guys are known criminals.
Yeah,
We're not
we've
really,
we've
like,
been
hidden that much.
we've been public.
To a degree, like it's not generally, like it's not immediately noticeable, but a cop mage,
Yeah, that would make sense.
he is aware of the main criminals in his city.
I
The
presume
main criminals?
Well,
You're the heads of
We're the
one
heads
of like
of-
the three
Yes!
Razor gangs.
We made it!
Is this what you say down there?
I'm not there, but I have a feeling of accomplishment on the way over.
Okay.
But yeah, well, we're guilty of that, I suppose.
I stand up and it's yes.
Maybe there is a deal that can be made.
Okay.
Your operations. They
Yes.
could use a finer touch.
Are you asking
being
to
insulted?
He
help?
wants a piece of the pie.
Yes.
Well,
Basically,
yes.
he wants to get some power over this gang.
Nothing
What?
permanent.
What kind of power are you suggesting?
You hit some people I want hit.
That's all? You don't want to.
Oh, there are some neighborhoods that are very, they're very relaxed. They've gotten too calm. Need a bit more fear. Especially your gang. A lot of them are Chinese, right?
Why do you say that with such
That's-
twang?
Me myself.
Because
yeah.
he is a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We do have Asians.
You're talking about. I think two of us are like Chinese already, aren't we? Yes, me and Chan Dao. So you do realize you're talking about two of us present here.
It was say that we're more of a Chinese gang.
Yeah, get some of those to scare the right people, and
Oh right.
We will get some of our predominantly Asian gang suddenly predominantly Asian gang to scare the right people. We'll get Razor gangs. The exact words were the Razor gang members to scare the right people.
so just to be clear, he's going to be intending to get you guys to further a narrative of Asian immigrants and increase fear towards the Asian population by creating harmful
Wants a race war.
associations.
Yeah.
Like the aim is that like you create trouble in certain neighborhoods to scare the white people, basically, to make them hate
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
want to be clear. That's the overall vibe and intent.
I don't know, it just feels like a hubris.
It's definitely not a moral thing to do. It's pretty messed up.
Oh yeah, this is crossing a line for Andrew. Andrew's not going to like agree to this. But it's
Well-
like I'm trying to work out like how to.
I mean, this is an interesting offer you've put forward. We don't have all of our higher ups here right now. Why don't we go back and discuss it with them? We can come back, but I think there's some sort of deal to be had here.
Is it? Is there really?
I don't.
That's what I say.
think so.
Okay.
To be clear, I am lying.
Okay.
I think Snake Eyes is lying, guys.
Can I get a roll to see how sincere you come across?
Definitely. Okay.
Especially considering the situation of the rest of the group seems sort of opposed.
You fooled them as well.
Would you consider this subterfuge?
Yep.
Manipulation? I don't think it's really misdirection.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree with your assessment.
I hope I do well. I have 7 dice. This is the thing I'm supposed to be good at, guys. So the dice may screw me over.
Oh, you'll be good then.
It's a contested roll.
Okay, you got 2 successes.
It's not great.
They got 2 successes.
Yeah, they got 2 successes as well, so we'll re-roll.
What? What is this?
No.
They got 1 success on the re-roll, and you got 0.
Supposed to be good at this. I
I'd
knew
be
that guy
ashamed if I
supposed
was
to be-
you.
I've got to write this down on my notes. I failed.
Okay. So they know that you're lying, and that you're probably just going to go and try to regroup now that you've got a bit more information. I should have also said, so while on the path from the concourse into this side room, you would have gone far enough in to have been able, you can actually see halfway down one of the platforms is this small mausoleum, this sandstone block that is the gateway to the underworld.
Yeah.
So you would have seen that going from the entry to the concourse to this storage room. So you have actually seen it at this point. I think you're going to see a look between the man and the woman, between the hiker and the cop, and it looks like they're aware that you're lying.
Oh no.
Oh, I should also say, his hourglass seems like it's got not much in it. He is
Have to
faded.
Stretch the conversation long enough.
He is faded. His fate seems sort of slanted towards a soon or early death. Hers seems pretty high. And obviously all the ghosts have no sand in their hourglass.
What if I flip the ghost one? Or is it blank on both sides? Empty on both sides. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's actually worth it. Yeah, so it like... Yeah, sorry, that makes more sense. It shouldn't be empty. It should be that it's full on the bottom. You're right.
Flip a ghost once to see what happens. Wait, maybe not yet.
I mean, you could do that to experience.
I'm like, for science, and then I flip it.
I get another experience in the group. I'm like Vermouth.
Yeah, that's Matt's gimmick. He's meant to get the multiple B characters.
That's right. It's now a tradition. Someone has to do it every campaign.
It only happened like twice, right?
Yeah, it happened to Matt in Star Trek and in our previous mage.
Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Let's hope it happens. I'd love another me.
Do we notice that they don't believe us? Okay. That you guys start to do anything? Like,
And
I look at
they have a
Nina.
look of like, okay, we're gonna like, we know that they're gonna leave and try to regroup. Is what the vibe is. Like they're aware that they are likely to do some sort of act to
feel
try
like
and either prevent you or intimidate you further.
Okay. Are either of you guys doing anything in this moment?
Well,
I'm wondering if it's going to
We
be.
can't come to an understanding. I guess we'll just leave then.
No, I was wondering if it was going to be a good idea to try to out-intimidate the cop, but my intimidation is not is only like 2.
Kill them.
It is seeming to lean that way. They're gonna do something.
If you guys don't have anything in particular in mind, the cop is going to basically death glare you all, rest his hand on his baton, and he's going to say, if you attempt to break into the underworld without some sort of good deal, you will be left as just a puddle of bone and gristle. Now get out of here.
Man, leaving.
Okay.
We'll
And
just
as
leave.
you start to leave,
Oh.
Experience it gets off the train.
Okay, wait, not in the room or something. Okay, good. That would have.
I'm here to kill everyone.
Ah!
While on the train and here, your deaf side is going, yeah, there's a lot of ghosts.
What a surprise.
Are there just a lot of ghosts milling about because the gate is closed?
So there are a lot of ghosts just hanging around because the central station and its train and tram networks act as a pseudo anchor for them, meaning that they can continue to exist here without being dragged down.
Okay. How did what happened to the experience's ghost?
We don't know.
Okay.
I think we'll end this session here as you guys are leaving. Experience comes out. You can see them leaving.
I thought it'd be really funny to be like, oh no, they've already gone into the underworld. I have to get in quick.
No, we're still at the station.
That would
Hello.
be funny.
Um,
What the heck? Hello? Policeman.
he looks at you with death glare. He is not a friendly looking man.
But he's white.
How strong does he look?
At least 4 dots.
I could take him.
His baton is glowing with peripheral side energy.
We get it. You have a magic baton. Calm down.
Would Experience's knife also glow like?
Yes. Because it is constantly having a spell that it keeps its form. Without that, it was just standard. You can deform into other forms of like ectoplasm and be goopy or whatever.
My God!
So
You okay, man?
he just had some crab and he's allergic.
Matt's dead.
Oh, is this spring?
Oh yeah, our neighborhood is just awful for spring. Like where me and Matt lived. Like that is just
Flowers everywhere.
constant. And especially if someone mows their lawn. If anyone who mows their front yard, like all the neighborhood houses will just like you'll be sneezing. I am high off the ground, so I don't have to worry about that now.
I'm just gonna say I am high.
No, I have not partaken in such. Okay.
Party.
So, hope people. We'll end this session here. Hope people enjoyed the session, and we'll pick up next time with your cabal all back together. You're aware of some of the people defending it. You're aware of what they sort of see as what would take. And they also mention that some things have come out of the underworld, and they see that as a threat, and they don't trust you guys. They see you guys as hubristic idiots.
What?
What? No.
I mean,
What?
yes.
No.
It's fair.
What?
I can't. We've got a member with 7 wisdom. That's a lot.
True.
One
Only
member.
one of us.
And we'll perhaps see what ghostly experience is doing deep in the underworld. Yes, we'll have to see how that goes.
Do an outro. Do an outro.
That was an outro.
Do a YouTuber outro. Beg for
Remember
people's comments.
to like.
Engagement.